What's up, y'all? You tune in to Osama, and today we're gonna react to Usman. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Usman. But I need to get another chair. This thing's bro. I can't do gaming chairs no more. I always forget how to say his last name. And I'm about to change the thumbnail title. I'm about to put it instead of putting I never watched sports before, I'm turning into a UFC fan. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's get into it.
In the cage, Usman Nurmagomedov is the complete
Nurmagomedov. Okay, hold on.
In the cage, Usman Nurmagomedov is the
I speak another language. I like tongue twisters. Forget it.
complete opposite of his famous cousin. But despite the style difference, they have one thing in common: dominance over each opponent. The youngest member of the Dagestani clan claimed a Bellator belt in short time and keeps adding to the undefeated streak.
He has to put that pressure.
Oh! Bro, he threw him like a ragdoll, bro. He just kicked him like a ragdoll, bro. Bro, that's so much, bro. That's a lot of force behind that kick.
He has to put that pressure.
Today we'll highlight the path of one of the most talented lightweights out there, who is considered to be the improved version of Khabib.
There's a difference when you talk about guys. And he was taken down by Nurmagomedov.
Usman grew up in a small village in the central part of Dagestan. As a child, he was engaged in freestyle wrestling, but over time, following the older brother Umar, switched focus to Thai boxing. Nurmagomedov spent the next 5 years refining the striking technique, regularly collecting first places in competitions. At 16 years old, he moved to the big city of Makhachkala and began training under the watchful eye of his uncle, Abdul Manap. Mastering wrestling skills in the new gym became a priority. Soon, Usman started to compete in combat sambo, and just like his elders, eventually decided to go to MMA. 5 feet 11 inches tall and around 175 pounds, he was the perfect sparring partner for the celebrated cousin and other top dogs on the team. Testing himself against the best every day, by the age of 20, Nurmagomedov was good enough to kick off a professional career. He first appeared in front of the cameras in December of 2018. From the first outing, Usman displayed solid skills on the feet. And at the end of the opening round, he took the fight to the floor and got busy on top.
So he said, so I say, like.
Round, he took the fight to the floor and got busy on top. The opponent survived until the horn, but received a bad cut that caused the bout to be stopped. Just 2 weeks later, the promising prospect traveled to Saudi Arabia to face the recently debuted Issei Moriyama under the Brave Promotion banner.
Here we go, gentlemen.
The Dagestani took the front foot right away, throwing boxing combinations.
Beautiful hook. Oh! On a straight ace. Oh!
After a series of impactful connections, he dragged the adversary down and tormented him in the same manner as his world-renowned cousin used to.
Grabbing that hand from the bottom, look at that.
Having established the desired position, Usman proceeded to seal the deal.
Very start at the end here.
To see something.
Help me, Landosi has stopped the fight.
The return took place in Russia. On the other side of the cage stood the pancration world medalist Kuma Romeo. This time, Nurmagomedov wrestled from the jump, immediately slamming his man into the canvas.
Wow! That's a lot of
He secured the back mount and delivered over 50 blows, yet the stoppage didn't follow.
Bro, the way he put his foot right there so he won't get up, you're done. You're done. You're done. Done. Unless you if you roll over your neck, he's gonna choke you. But I'm trying to think of a way to get out of that.
The athletes got back to their feet, but only for a few seconds.
Back to the ground.
After winning the scramble, Usman closed the show with a choke. In 2019, Guerrilla Energy Company created a new promotion, GFC. The up-and-coming talent joined the new league and shared the cage with Gabriel Barbosa, who was coming off a 5-year layoff. Usman quickly found a double collar tie and began pouring impactful strikes. The Brazilian survived the initial bombardment, but the second clinch spelled his end.
Широкой, глубокими знаниями и техниками. Сейчас попадает он с колена по туловищу, по-моему, печень задета, дает удара, добивает он с правого.
A precise knee to the liver and the 5th consecutive first-round victory. Nurmagomedov reappeared on the scene 3 months later. He was leading the dance, commanding the distance with branded kicks.
И тут же бэк-кик.
Every now and then, the Dagestani would implement his wrestling.
От Усмана скорость потрясающая стартовая и бросок.
The bout lasted all 3 rounds in that manner, ultimately going to the judges, who unanimously sided with Usman. Having gained momentum, the rising phenom performed in GFC once again. The opponent was Kazim Jahangirov on a 5-fight winning streak. The opening minutes were battled in a stand-up. However, halfway into the round, the Dagestani executed a beautiful throw and added some elbows on top. The contest went into the second frame, and in the first minute, Nurmagomedov caught the opponent with a long combination. Searching for the finish, he found an opening for a guillotine. The grip was so tight that the counterpart immediately tapped. I want to thank my uncle and my coach, Abdul Manap, who invests so much in me. I am proud that I can bring him joy with my victories. The Russian MMA community was buzzing about yet another brother of Khabib Nurmagomedov, so he kept adding to the win column. Usman flew to Abu Dhabi and faced Roman Golovanov with a decent record of 9-3.
Here we go.
The Ukrainian tried to seize the initiative. Nurmagomedov negated the offense with precise counterattacks.
Oh my
God! Having cooled the opponent's ardor, Usman rushed to get the stoppage.
Kick up there quickly, rushes it.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that!
The opponent's ardor, Usman rushed to get the stoppage.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
Oh my God! Oh, it's
Stop it!
Ow, shut it down!
The entire match lasted less than 3 minutes. Another impressive performance and 8th victory just in 1 year. The next destination was GFC 24. In the co-main, Usman stood across Ruslan Tuyakov, undefeated as a pro at that time. Round 1 was extremely competitive, with neither man gaining a clear advantage.
Двойка с дистанции. И колено по печени попадает сейчас Усман. Колено навстречу попадает сейчас. Насколько заряжен его соперник.
However, in the second, Nurmagomedov started to open up, using his signature snappy kicks. This forced the opponent to look for chances in the grappling department, but the Dagestani easily defended the shot, adding a knee to the body for good measure. Crowding Ruslan to the fence, Usman wiped him out in cold blood.
Изначально он пробил ему именно живот, печень тут же добивает. Добивает Усман Нурмагомедов. Невероятная победа.
On July 3rd, 2020, Coach Abdul Manap passed away. The death of his uncle was a big shock to the whole family, but the great mentor's work continued to live on. Now, under the patronage of older brothers, a month later, Nurmagomedov once again arrived in the United Arab Emirates, where he met the veteran Jerry Kvarnstrom. Usman immediately forced the Finn to retreat and measured for a question mark kick.
Oh, Oh, look at that switch kick.
He pressed the opponent to the fence with a quick flurry,
And here comes a flurry. Mark Goddard.
followed by a swift finish on the mat.
Watch out, folks. And it's over.
It became obvious to everyone that the 22-year-old prodigy had outgrown the regional promotions. In September 2020, the Dagestani performed in the co-main event dedicated to the memory of Abdul Manap. He was opposed by the tough Sviatoslav Shabanov with a record of 17-7. The Siberian was eager for a head-on collision. Usman worked patiently at a distance.
Видел Усман. Лоу-кик с ближней дистанции, обмен ударами.
Преимущество в длине рук ему тоже помогает раз за разом.
Хлестнул соперника вновь.
Передний раунд у нас получается хай-кик.
After a close first round, in the second, Nurmagomedov took the initiative, now purposefully damaging the legs.
Клинчи отрабатывать коленями.
Taking the mobility away completely with yet another calf kick, he proceeded to break the opponent with a series of shots.
20 и вот так в ногу бьет.
Ногу. Серия ударов.
The victory was dedicated to his uncle. I want to thank my late coach. These are the fruits of his labor, and I will forever be grateful to him. Usman's name was coming up more frequently in the MMA media. The well-known journalist Ariel Helwani was intrigued by the new Nurmagomedov. Daniel Cormier would not hide his admiration either, but of course, Ali Abdelaziz sang praise most of all. The eccentric manager called him an improved version of Khabib. Usman was expected to sign with the UFC, but ended up becoming a Bellator fighter. The decision is quite understandable. Nurmagomedov was only 22 years old, and there was no point in rushing him to the ultimate proving ground. In addition, Scott Coker's promotion is still a large platform with a solid roster of high-caliber athletes. Usman's USA debut took place at Bellator 255 in April of 2021. He spent the first ever training camp at AKA under the tutelage of Javier Mendez. Placed on the main card, he faced the MMA lab student, Mike Hamill.
Champion fighter.
Nurmagomedov moved freely around the octagon, displaying the diversity of his combat arsenal.
Nurmagomedov, but Nurmagomedov very calm out of his corner, meets Nurmagomedov in the center of the ring.
The American constantly pressed forward, hoping to land big, but the Dagestani prodigy managed the distance perfectly.
He's been moving a lot. There's that body kick by Nurmagomedov.
In that manner, he was taking the rival apart all the way till the final horn, resulting in a unanimous decision victory.
It's Nurmagomedov piecing up.
You got beautiful. Usman Nurmagomedov.
Following a successful debut, Usman got back to business 4 months later, this time against a stiffer challenge, Luis Muro, undefeated in the promotion with 3 straight wins. After spending some time striking, Nurmagomedov decided to switch to grappling.
Nurmagomedov and Muro gets taken down.
He was trying to snatch a submission, while Muro was competently defending, finding the way back to the feet. Abandoning the initial game plan, he pressed the rival to the fence and launched a knee to the body from the clinch.
Keep Nurmagomedov.
Launched a knee to the body from the clinch.
Keep Nurmagomedov.
Bro, like his recent videos, bro, like he's swole now. He got more, like he got a little more muscle on him.
Shot right across, you see it touch him, and he.
Usman's third showing was scheduled for the first Bellator event in Russia. This time, he was confronted by Patrick Piatila, with a modest record of 11 wins and 8 losses. At the outset, Nurmagomedov brought the fight to the canvas and began methodically smashing the poor fella. After some ground and pound, he transitioned to the back and started looking for a choke.
He locked his leg!
This fight's gonna be over.
The Finn resisted for a while, but eventually exposed his neck.
And this is even deeper. It's not gonna get out. We're done.
12th career victory by stoppage. Now ranked 3rd in the division, Usman entered a title contender bout against Chris Gonzalez. Nicknamed The Lion, he had a record of 6-1 in the promotion, and in the last standing scored a furious knockout in 30 seconds.
Biggest win of his.
As a former member of the U.S. Greco-Roman wrestling team, Chris relied on his roots. But an attempt to take down a guy with a Nurmagomedov name turned out to be a fatal mistake. The Dagestani executed a foot sweep and quickly locked a guillotine.
Wow!
Third consecutive finish in the first round for Usman. As a result of a meteoric rise to the top, in just a single year the young talent found himself in a title fight. The crown belonged to Patrick Freire, a hard-nosed veteran who had been with the organization for a decade. The Brazilian was known for one-punch power and had over 15 knockouts to prove it.
Rickles firing back. Left hand. Round number 1.
Disregarding the champion's reputation, Usman seized the initiative from the get-go. He constantly kept the opponent at gunpoint, blasting away with various kicks.
Side kick. He tried to maybe.
At times, Nurmagomedov took the fight to the ground.
Double jab. That was a beautiful E5 strike. And now.
And used his cutting elbows.
We saw what happened last time with the elbows.
To survive round 2, but it's all Usman Nurmagomedov. Will he survive to 16-0 and becoming the champion in Pitbull?
The fight ended in a resounding victory, expanding the clan's collection with a new Bellator title.
Oh, I thought it was already over.
Khabib, unable to come due to visa issues, congratulated his cousin on the triumph via video call right in the cage.
He seems a little happy. How does it feel for you to make him?
At 24 years old, Usman is already a champion in a major promotion, riding a 16-fight winning streak. However, considering Khabib's achievements, the new Nurmagomedov generation is expected not just to come out victorious, but to dominate. Only the future will show whether he is able to get closer to the older cousin's level, or maybe even exceed it.
There's not a lot of
And this is even deeper. Китайские колени великолепные. И кто же поцелит. Где-то да, и туда же добивает он.
Очень сильно. Nurmagomedov has to put that pressure.
Изначально он пробил ему именно живот.
If you enjoyed the video, out-wrestle the like button, subscribe to our channel, and...
He cracked monster. I don't know what this is. Here's knockout machines.